to make you uncomfortable, bro, but this is live in action right now. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Entrepreneurial Exchange. I am your host, Joe Clean, aka Joe Charlton, which is my government name. Thank you guys so much for being on yet another episode. This is one episode after the next episode, which I would say I would just keep doing until I become greater and God changes the platform for what he needs. Right now, in the building, I have a special guest. He goes by Glory Walker, but his government name is William Kitchen, which is my new mentee. Yes. William, welcome to the podcast, my guy.
I'm happy to be here, sir. Thank you, Coach.
Man, thank you, my guy. Indeed. Yeah, I didn't earn the name Coach,
yes, right? Got the Coach name. No longer Brother Joe.
Okay. So, how did I earn the name Coach?
Well, I am, like you said, his mentee. So with that being said, that is the position of which he's in. I'm the mentee. He's the coach. This man has taught me in 5 days.
I'm going to go a little more than that. Let's go 8 or 9.
8 or 9 days.
Yeah, 8 or 9 days.
8 or 9 days. He has taught me the detail. I'm not going to say ins and outs, but the basics of what I didn't know and some little things in between that. He's given me a very great aspect of what it takes to be a detailer and have a detailed business. So just all that wrapped up into one package. For what I've given to obtain this information, it's not enough. I'm just leaving.
Wait.
It's not enough.
I'm going to say thank you. It's not enough. But if I told you what this man paid me,
it's not enough.
Okay.
It's not enough.
I do appreciate you. Let me get in here. Okay. All right. So that's how Facebook has us right now. Yeah. So Facebook won't let us turn it. Oh, but I'm a little close. Babe, can I get some mint or something? Because this guy's kind of close to him. Okay. For me. Okay. You're good. Yeah. But we all good. Yes. All right, so we just getting in. So okay, I can see it. But yeah, man. So I do thank you for I want to say investing in yourself, right? And this is what made me laugh when he didn't realize he was my first mentee at the level in which he invested in himself. That made me laugh so hard. So he thought I've been doing this at this high level, right? But the thing is, I've been doing it at this high level. But I've been giving it away for basically for $100, $200, and 9 times out of 10 free. Because if you have a conversation with me, I can't turn it off.
Right.
It's just in me. So let me just tell you in a nutshell on how this all came together, right? So me and the missus are about to make a transition. So I asked the Heavenly Father, I say, Lord, this is what I want to do for a living, because I was prayed over, meaning was prophesied over, stating that in my next season, basically, this is what I'll be doing, but not in the words of UB coaching. It's just from the sweat, the sweat that I do outside, I will no longer be doing that. So with that being said, I'm like, okay, Lord, I don't know how that makes sense. So I prayed on it. When we transition over, this is what I want to do. I get a phone call I didn't get a phone call. What I got was, Joe, you have to go to Cyprus and do a detail. I have to go to Cyprus and do a detail. So when I started doing it, when I was going to the appointment, I'm like, no, I don't service Wesley Chapel. I thought it was a Cypress Avenue or whatever, but he was Cypress Boulevard, which was like an hour away. I don't even service out there, right? Everybody that called me, I'm sorry, I don't go that far. But here or there, I was like, it's my brother in Christ. Let me go anyways. Let me keep going. Yes. I get there. As soon as I get there, he started asking me a series of questions.
Yes.
About detailing.
Yes.
Just started asking questions. So if you want to, so you can get what were some of the questions you were asking me at that time?
I was asking him basically, with him being a business owner, what it takes to be a business owner, doing car detailing, because I myself had just obtained a van. So, and I have a business partner that I was going to business with or whatnot. So I just kind of wanted to know, what the requirements was. How do you do this? How do you do that? So I asked limited questions because he needed to do the car. And I knew he was on a time limit. So I waited until he was done. And I told him, give me a week or two and I'll be calling you back. Let's set up a time to actually talk about because he did say he does offer mentorship. So I'm like, okay, no problem. I spoke to a couple other people that was telling me about some mentorship, whatever, but I didn't. How can I say this? I wasn't led to go that way, so I just didn't do it. So I actually called him. We talked. We sat down, and the man, let me just say it. He tailored the plan to what it was that I said. He asked me, what is it that you want to make per year? And he has took his time to literally make that guideline to make sure that I make this particular amount that I said. So all of that came from one conversation from him doing my car and me wanting to have direction on where I need to go with my business, which is Wrap Perfection Mobile Detailing.
And that is really good. That is really good. But let me put some more to this story. We talking, and he was in this like highlight reel, like, oh my God, like that right there. Joe, I wanted to get your coaching. And this is what he said, right? Here goes my limit of thinking, right? He says, man, if I have to pay 50% of it now and pay 50% of it later, give me 2 weeks, because he don't know the cost. But the value that he saw, which I know, right? But I'm used to telling somebody $300 and they go, you know, they got this whole, I got to think about it or whatever the case may be. Hey, just $99, get on a 1 hour call. Like, I'm giving so much away, but they didn't value it, right? They just let it stay dormant because it was only $99. I had a few people take me to lunch, but what did they do with the information? So when you said 50% of it, right? I'm like, how valuable does this guy think I am? So what I decided to do, this is how you became my first. I went with my regular, my regular 197 one-on-one call or whatever the case to be, and I made 4 tiers, man. 4 tiers. I recommend it. This is me telling you my side of it, and then also his side of it, all in a nutshell. So I heard make 4 tiers. The 3rd tier, I'm like, okay, this is gonna cost you, but I'm willing to give this. But you know what? I'm finna go high. If you're gonna go big or go home. I got this outrageous number out there, right? And he said, I'm ready right now for the 3rd number. And I'm like, dang. I'm like, I literally sat there this morning and I just took 17 years of my knowledge for what you're gonna call it knowledge, but it's something that I do like at the back of my hand. It's easy. It's like people come to you with advice. Why, how you and your wife get along so well? And it's just like the things I say, that simple as opening the door, simple as saying good morning on the daily, simple as praying. Those are the things that make the marriage valuable. Right. Where I think that's normal to somebody that's valuable, because they can't even see the little things. Right. So I put together those packages with what I want. Man, we went to talking, and he paid me like that day after discussion, like no discussion. For one, I think he thought it was more than what I was charging him. But I'm like, I hate it when I tell them customers $600 for something, right? And they'd be like, oh, that's it?
Oh, man.
That throws me up. And that's what he did to me.
Yes.
Because of what he saw in me based on what his vision, what his goal is. Like, I'm not the coach to just give anybody anything. That's not what it's about.
Right.
It actually has somebody has to care about what you need in your life. That's to me what a coach is. It's like, I'm not just a math teacher, right? What do you want to do for a living? Now we're going to use numbers to facilitate that.
Absolutely.
You told me what your goal is. You told me what you want to make per month. So guess what? We can make that with our eyes closed, but it's going to take some skill level of growing on, working in the sun, working in the cold, how to use the chemicals, and going through the process.
Absolutely.
But once you get a hang of it, that's an easy number to obtain.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you said what you want per month. Okay, how about we start off with no number? Because what I saw you need is you needed the confidence to approach a customer, which you have from your last job.
Yes.
So I said, okay, he got that. So I'm going to let him use that to go door to door.
Door to door.
We've always thought that door to door is the thing of the past.
Right.
But the industry, the life we're going in right now, people are going to want people to people. They're going to want to feel a pulse.
Exactly.
Because it's AI is going to do some. So I like to teach people to be that personality for a person, which you taught me that.
Yes.
Because it's something you need, but it turned on the light bulb for me.
Wow.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. When I started coaching him, he started making me a better coach. Because why? He does. Man, if I told this man to paint a car blue and then shine one wheel,
I would do exactly that.
That's exactly what he would do. And I'm like, okay, God, long as I have my systems in place, I would find the right candidates as mentees to actually get them to their goal, to their dream. But you taught me how to. I had to make a list. I'm used to telling people what to do.
Wow.
And then notice how fast I try my best to come back. As soon as you say, "Hey, this is needed," I come back with it real quick because I don't want to miss the opportunity to be the best coach I possibly can be.
Very helpful. Very, very helpful. So, very, very helpful. Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah. So right now he was 3 days in. You mind telling the people you were 3 days in to tell them what your earnings was and tell them your pitch?
Well, 3 days in, on one day, I made $348, which I'm going to tell y'all, man, as I was detailing that first car, because the pitch, what we're promoting right now is a no obligation detail. Basically, I detail the inside and the out. Once I'm done with the detail, the customer pays the value of what they feel the detail was worth. So that was the pitch. So I got 2 cars in one place. And when I finished the car, I walked the customer around the car, showed him everything that I had did. And he even gave me a review. But he had 2 cars, so we didn't talk about money at that particular time. I still didn't say anything about money. So I did the second car. After we did the second car, I got everything together in my van, put it together, went back to go talk about the money. I basically told him, I said, what is it that you feel that the details was worth? He told me, tell me what you think that they were worth. So now we were going back and forth, I'm trying to get him to just give me the value of what he thought it was. It didn't happen like that. So he was like, what do you feel what you did for both cars? How much do you want for both cars? Y'all, listen. Like he said, either go home, go hard, or go home. Go high, or don't say nothing at all. I got this thing with the number 8, but I was like, you know what? No. I heard this number. Listen, I'm going to tell you straight up. I said, 300. The man didn't stutter. He lifted up his office mouse thing, whatever the case is. It was exactly $300. I looked at him. I said, thank you. Great. Appreciate it. But as I was walking off, I'm like, bro, for 2 hours, you just made $300. And you just did a inside and out job. I did wipe down seats, whatever, but I don't feel like that's super extra. But for what I did and to get the value of $300 in 2 cars, yeah, this is something definitely like he did tell me too. He's like, look in the mirror and tell yourself that your detail is $1,400. I do that every day. Now I know that somebody's going to pay me one of these days $1,400 to do a detail, but you just paid me $300 in one day. So I know $1,400 is not going to be anything by doing exactly what he said to do. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I really felt like I wasn't going to probably get that much because this is my first detail business. Like I've never done this before. I've washed cars, but I finally got there's a difference between washing a car and detailing a car. There's intricate steps that you have to do to detail a car. If I'm just washing the car, basically just inside out, you just putting soap on it, and rinsing it out. You're not drying it. You're not trying to make sure it's streak free. You're not doing any of that. And you're not really paying attention to what kind of towel you're using it. You're just drying the car. But with detailing, there are certain tools that you need. There's a certain way you have to use those tools. Man, listen, man. Joe, my coach, has came and gave me some knowledge. I'm finna say it. I'm a millionaire, bro. I'm gonna just say it. That's just that.
That is awesome, bro. That is awesome. Let's go back to the very first car. Yes. Okay? Before we go to the mirror technique, we're going to go back to the very first car that you did on your own. So we were supposed to go door to door, me and him, our very first day. So part of my program is I'm going to walk, in this tier, I'm going to walk with you hand in hand to get to a customer. I'm going to knock on the customer door with you. I'm going to pick up the phone, do what we got to do, right? But this particular day when we went to go do it, man, when I tell you, I believe this is what God wanted. Every time we turned around, we call it what, the O-ring day?
The O-ring day. Yes. Oh my God, bro. Something was going wrong with everything. Goodness gracious.
The whole day spent with this leaking, that leaking. So we were just buying tools, buying little this and this and this and this. And it spent our whole day. We couldn't go door to door. It's like probably 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Right. And then We had a customer who did a prepaid for me way back when to get to Atlanta. I ended up having to return that favor and go and do the detail. That was his first detail with me, right? So he got that on his belt. So we never went door to door. The next day, I still got my livelihood. I still got my customers. I still got my obligation with my family. So I told him, look, you go door to door. This is your pitch. We in the parking lot just talking, shook hands. The next day, here comes 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I'm about to call this man to make sure he's out of bed and make sure this and this and this and this, right? So I call him. No, actually, he calls me.
I called him, yes.
And he goes, oh, I went to this many houses. I didn't get any answer because this time in the morning or whatever the case may be, got a few promises or whatever it was. And in my mind, I'm like, this dude actually got up out of his bed and went door to door without me. And it was just like, you know what? Now I got to turn it up a notch because I want you to win. It's not going on ground that's not fertile. This ground is trying to get as much as it can get out of what he paid me, right? What he invested for himself, but it came to me. Thank you, Lord. Okay, right? But the point is, he went door to door, and then he found the car. That afternoon, he found the car. On your first day, you found the car, and he was doing the car, and he said, man, I left this on the car, I left this on the car, and the customer didn't pay me anything.
Wow.
Man, when I tell you, but this is why I want him to do this. This is why I want him to not have a price, right? And I'm going to get to that. He went to the customer, did it, no obligation. The customer didn't pay him. And then I asked him, how did you leave there without at least getting a $5, like $5? Did you vacuum the car? Yeah. It's okay. Did you do the windows? He goes, yeah. Did you shine the rim inside? Yeah. But it ain't like the day we did it. I said, Will, it doesn't matter. I guarantee that's probably the best car wash she's ever received in her life. But he was so hard on himself, he didn't want to charge the customer anything. So I told him to never walk away without a dime. Absolutely. And then your next car was $150.
Next two cars, $150 a piece. $150 a piece.
So with that being said, this is some of the things that we do, right? We look at what everybody else is charging. Okay, I'm 17 years in, and I'm still not charging, I want to say what somebody would say my worth, but I'm consistent. I have a home. My wife is happy. We can travel. We can move. So yeah, I can charge more, right? But at the end of the day, this is a business. It's a humility about things, right? But at the end of the day, I have those clients that I do charge, right? But they're not my only clients. But so let me talk to the mirror technique, and then I'm gonna come back to the pricing. The mirror technique. I always tell a person, if you're not comfortable telling yourself in the mirror a certain number, the customer is not they're not comfortable enough to pay you that number. Absolutely. I don't care if you want $1,500 per car wash. Let's just say car wash. We're gonna say detailing. We're not gonna say ceramic coating. If you want $1,500 and you're confident that you're gonna get the $1,500, you're okay with no. You're okay with 20 no's and 1 yes for a car wash for $1,500. They just compensated you for all those 20 that said no. But remember, we're consistent hitting the pavement saying $1,500. Somebody's going to buy it.
Somebody's going to do it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I learned from Myron Golden, which is my online mentor, right? He's $40,000 per hour.
Yes.
Okay. He's $350,000 for a day. So Joe is getting there. Okay. Don't trust me. We're all getting there at whatever pace we're getting there, right? But he said he had a program, and his mentor asked him, have you ever made $40,000 in an hour? He goes, no. He said, you want to know why? Because you don't have it on your price list.
Wow.
Nobody knows it's there. That's why I put on my 4th tier what I consider was high. Okay. If when I formulate this to literally, like you said, $1 million, if you earn $1 million, which I know you will because you said it, if you earn $1 million, that 4th tier is going to 100,000, if not $50,000. Absolutely. Because I've shown you how to make. So there's my testimony, right? Now I can sit in the mirror all day long until I can be able to say 100,000, 250,000. That's on me. So that's why I teach you to do that. Even if your car wash was $50, make sure you're comfortable. But in your case, because I want all detailers to know this. Absolutely. We have a tendency to say $100 for a detail. Like you had said $48 a detail. I just want you to take that back. I don't want you to say that no more. Okay. The reason why I don't want you to say $48 is when you say a whole number, expectations come in that number. Okay. Now you are obligated. Gotcha. Whatever they think a detail is, That's what they want for your price.
Got you for that $48.
So if I said 500, I can give them exactly what you give them for $48 for 500. But I can tell them what they're getting for the 500 because I my mouth, I speak. I can tell you about every little thing, right?
Right.
But if you don't say a number, if you say no obligation, I can almost guarantee you your numbers you'll be in more houses doing details than a person who's charging $250, $300 that knows their value, quote unquote. You are getting in there getting $100, $150, sometimes $200, but you're consistent with your $200. You're $150. When they're hitting and missing, you're with a no obligation getting $48. Remember, you're doing it in 30 minutes.
Right.
They got a 30-minute window.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So with that being said, if you just keep hitting cars for 30 minutes, you'll be getting 48. You'll be getting 100. Because they're used to paying somebody else $250.
Exactly.
Now you're running a business. Now when you add employees, no obligation. But remember, you have to compensate for the employees' payroll. Right. So we got to figure that number out. Right. We talk about that later, right? On something else, right? But with that being said, when you have a no obligation, which I need to get back to, I really do need to, but that puts me back in the driver's seat of just working. I don't want to work like that anymore. Absolutely. I want to go into coaching. Yes, sir. But I saw so much value in telling you how to do that.
Yes.
And now you've made, like, in 6 months, your money invested in yourself, you're going to either break even or supersede it.
Absolutely.
At the rate you're going. Absolutely. You're going to supersede it. So I'm sitting here like, okay, God, this is a formula that I can run with.
Absolutely.
You taught me that.
Wow.
You taught me that by actually doing the things and allow me to see if it actually works. Man. I don't know it until you do it.
I was a beta tester.
You are a beta tester.
That's awesome.
Because I sit on one-on-one, man, and I'm talking to people, we writing stuff down, and then it's like, did you do it?
Right.
But if they pay me what you paid me, of course they have to do it.
Gotta do it. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So that's what I'm so thankful for. So come on, let's get into your names. Let's get into your name. Because this is very important to business owners.
Very much important.
He had a name, and we want you to describe why you had that name, and then we're gonna go into the transition into where you're at right now.
Well, the original name was Made Men Mold Detailing. And
quality.
The honesty, made men when you think about it, but for what my purpose was, coming out of the streets, having money, trying to turn a new leaf. I guess that's what you would say. But as Joe would give me an understanding of what made men represented and the area, the demographic that it would actually draw, I had to go back to the drawing board because I couldn't rebuttal or refute what he was saying because it was true. You know what I mean?
Was the question I asked you?
And he was like, basically,
your avatar.
Yeah. He basically said, who are you trying to attract? What area are you trying to do details in? Yeah. That's Belmont Heights. That's Colorwood. That's what he said. He says Belmont Heights. Not saying that there's not no money in Belmont Heights.
No disrespect, but
how you said it was different from that. But listen, man, it's different from New Tampa. Yeah, it's different from Land O'Lakes. Yeah. It's different from all that out there. So I had to, and it didn't rub me no kind of way because listen, when you take somebody on as a coach, a mentor, you ain't gonna like everything that they say. Yeah. But you have to deal with the fact of the matter that they have a knowledge that you don't. Yeah. And I think that's one of the main things that he has been trying to test me and see if I'm humble. You know what I'm saying? If I'm teachable. Because somebody could pay you $17,000 to be their coach, but don't mean that they teachable. Yeah. They just have money to dispose. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, when you get into something like this, you got to be open-minded. I couldn't be closed-minded. I don't care how much money I paid him. You know what I'm saying? I asked him to do something for me, to help me get somewhere. So he's going to give me that knowledge because of the value of what it was worth. Mm-hmm. I've given him. Yeah. So with that being said, you yourself, the person that's receiving it, has to still have an open mind. You still have to be, you got to really just lose everything that you ever thought you knew because you taking on him he's taking you on as a mentee, so he's going to teach you everything that he knows. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, it was no gripe. Oh, Joe ain't changing the name. Heck no. No. Okay.
But guess what? If you wanted to keep that name, we would have to make it work.
Right.
Because I told you, if you really are hell bent on that name and it's in your passion If it's your passion, we're gonna work with that passion because people gonna have to understand. It came from somewhere, but you just made it up as a man. Okay, so I was just asking him, who is your avatar? Who would accept the term "made man"? You understand what I'm saying? If you had,
even if you go to the bank, if I'm trying to go get funding, like for example, I got my truck company, Boardwalker Logistics. I walk into Navy Federal, hey, I want a loan for block. They're gonna look at that name, no problem. Logistics company, I come here and say, oh yeah, I'm a new detailing company, made men. What? Huh? Yeah. What does that mean? You got to explain this now. You know. No, bro, it's just,
are y'all a mafia?
Just exactly.
Are y'all gambling? What are y'all?
What are you representing? What are you doing? So yeah, we had to go back to the drawing board.
So we had this conversation,
and I love this conversation.
He came right back with diamond something, and then he had like rare in one word. Then he had protection in one word. So I read over the whole thing, and all I did was grab 2 words which he used and put them together. And that's where rare perfection. And this is where he messed me up. Because he was like, that sounds good for you. And I still don't understand why he said that to me. Because I'm sitting here like, well, that means that's something I can use with something you can't use. That had threw me off when I saw it in the text. Because text has different volumes. But you came back and used the name. And then when I saw you on your Facebook video, you said the tagline that we was just kind of talking about.
Right.
We was talking about this tagline.
Right.
And he used it. He wastes no time testing my advice. It gives me, I can pivot real quick based on the advice that I gave, that he used, and I can say, yes, that worked. But it opportunity to pivot. When you are a mentee and your coach gives you something to do and you take a whole month to do it, now it's like, okay, remember your time is based on this window. Because I don't care about if you gave me $1 million. There's not a lifetime of coaching for $1 million. If you pay me $1 million, that might be for a year. It might even be for a month, depending on what we're generating in that month, right? But he's doing exactly what I'm asking him to do. Right, I'm talking about he came back with 3 or 4 different detail names.
Yes, I did.
And I'm sitting here like, okay, now I'm sitting at the bank in the parking lot. I'm supposed to be going to make the deposit that he paid me. I'm trying to tell you, we moving.
Yes.
I'm going to make a deposit, and I'm in the parking lot texting him back based on what I gave him, what he's saying he wants to do. And I'm like, we just puzzling this piece together, and it's working for him.
Yes.
So with that being said, when he did this $300 for these 2 cars, mind you, my hose is burst. I burst my hose working.
That video was crazy.
In Lakeland. The hose that I tell him, he needs to make sure he have on hand.
Yes.
If always have an extra hose as a detailer, or anybody pressure washing, have an extra hose on hand.
Yes.
I had washed my first car, and I had 3 more to go. My hose burst, and he called me and told me that he always voice record and send me voice notes. Bro, when I tell you I started jumping for joy for this dude, I forgot all about my hose and just was so excited for him. And when he telling me, oh my God, he got my head like this. I'm being honest, he got my head so big. And I'm sitting here like, you know what? Nah, bro, I need more people like you.
Absolutely.
I need more people like you that I can coach. Because the more I coach people like you, the industry is going to be a better industry.
Absolutely.
And I don't care if they're brand new, inspired entrepreneur, or been in the business forever.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's always room for growth.
Always.
I'm growing as I coach.
I'm going as he coaches me.
And it's just been so good. So I use this episode to literally, come from a perspective as a coach, because I'm learning, and from the perspective of a mentee, because I expect you to want everything in the price that you paid me.
Absolutely.
But you told me, Joe, I feel like I owe you. You told me when I get this, I'm not holding you to it, because all I want to do is see you win. Camera. Because then that makes me, I'm proud. As proud as God, 17 years I've been in the trenches. Mm-hmm. Everybody assumes I have 20 vans. They assume that it's just like employees on top of employees. But I'm sitting here like,
I thought you had employees on top of employees myself.
That's just how we run our company,
Until you told me that you were solo.
And I'm trying to tell you, it's like everybody thinks that, right? But then it's like, God, why did I keep going solo? Mm-hmm. And this is what my employees get, but not with all this passion, like dumping it all on you. But whatever you need, here I am. Okay, coaching you on this, coaching you on that. I coach people on family. I coach them on any and everything, right? You can come to me about anything. I'm going to tell you it's just my opinion.
Right.
Take it or leave it.
Right.
Right? But I keep ending up with no employees or some of the worst employees after the interviews.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, God, I had 2 vans, spent almost $100,000 on these vans, and my employee wrecked one not even 3 or 4 months later. Why did I end up back with 1 van?
You're supposed to have one.
When I prayed again after coaching you, and I was talking about transitioning with me and my wife doing what we do, and in the prophecy from Apostle, and I'm like, okay, God, I hear you.
Wow.
This is why. Because I could have, I can have 20 employees, right? And still mentor and still do what I'm doing. But there's something God still has for me. Why I'm right here.
Absolutely.
But I'm still seeking.
Yes.
Melvin Jackson had the message today. He said to be near God, like to be near God. He took the mic down, was in the corner. He was just mouthing. He said, "Can you hear me?" And was like, "No, we can't." When you let him, "Can you hear me?" Was like, "No." He said, "But if you were to draw near to God, the presence of God, you would know what I'm saying to you."
Yes, sir.
So it takes me into a deeper mentoring me. Even though he's preaching, he's mentoring me. So I got to draw near to God because I'm making a crazy transition, man.
I'm talking about faith.
I'm talking about
Crazy.
The craziest, the thing people call crazy. But I'm walking on faith.
Yes, Lord.
You understand? I see what God is doing right now.
Yes.
And that's through coaching you. That's through saying, okay, I need to write up this program. Right now, I'm going to create a mentoring program where it's going to be $47 a month. I know you like 48, but I'm going to go 47 because that's your number, right? 47 a month, and you'll be able to ask anything. I'm talking about anything from marketing, anything from logo design, anything from one-on-one coaching. In a month, we would just be going through these things. And I'm just trying to get hundreds of people to get on one accord when it comes to detail.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Invest, because I have to, if I'm going to take time off, like you said, from my family, it's better be worthwhile.
It better be worth the while. Yes, sir.
And I'm willing to dump 17 years of knowledge more. I had more because I had something when I was 25, but this business has been almost 17 years. The prior business, I could not manage that business.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, people were stealing from me and everything else. I got upset and closed it down.
Gotcha.
Like now, when things happen, I just evolve. I just pivot. I thank you so much. So let's back up.
Let's back up.
Okay, we jump right in. I want to know, because sometimes lifestyle, the way you were brought to allow you to be the one that's coachable. You understand what I'm saying? So how were you raised? Where were you born, and how was your childhood? Did you have 2 parents?
Well, the short version of that
no
story.
violin too much.
I was raised in Plant City, Beesville. I'm a country boy. My father wasn't in my life. I had a stepfather and my mom. I guess you could say it was a 2-parent home, but I myself feel like I raised me. I felt like a lot of the stuff that I obtained that outside of the household. So I guess Apostle like to use this word renegade. So I guess I've been a renegade since since I was a teen. So basically, I'm self-taught. I'm self-taught, but I had to go through. I'm not gonna lie, but my life has not been the easiest. Like it's the saying that says everybody can't walk in everybody's shoes. I wear a size 14 shoe, so if you wear 12, you can't walk in my shoes automatically.
You'll flop.
So with that, exactly, you'll flop, you'll fall over. So some things that somebody might wear 12, that I can't wear 12. So I can't. And the thing is, I never try to put my foot in a shoe that does not fit, because you don't never know what comes with trying to put your foot in something that's not for you. Of course, I have made a lot of mistakes. I've done a lot of things that I'm not proud of, but hey, it built character. And as far as to answer your question, I became teachable because, to be honest, Joe, I chose to become teachable.
Okay.
It's a choice, bro.
Yeah,
I can sit here and give you a whole life story about what I've been through, suffered through, blah, blah, blah. None of that matters until you as a person get to that place that says, I'm ready for this. You got to be ready for this, man. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to investing into what I invested into, I feel like I'm my biggest investment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna always bet on me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't do it, I put it like this: if I don't do what you have given me, that's on me.
Mm-hmm.
The other part is already gone. Mm-hmm. You can move on and go to the next person. But why would I do that when this is definitely a wide open industry? Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of us out here, bro. Like I see them, but there's not a lot of, like he said, trying to get everybody on the same point of view to see the same vision of what's going on in the detail business. Because I have a person that I was looking at, but sometimes you try to mix knowledge. Okay. It can be turmoil. Because you have your way of doing it and you know this works, but no, let me add this or let me change it. No, but especially when it's already step by step by step by step. But yeah, let me tell y'all something. I had to call this man while I was doing a car. Man, it was my car. It was my car. I had to call him. Joe, the sun dried up the soap so fast that I wasn't even able to get around the car to rest it. Yeah. So I called Joe. I said, Joe, I feel like I missed a step. He was like, yeah, you did. You didn't rinse the car first before you phoned it. I say, oh, okay. Guess what he did, y'all? He created, do the door jams, do the this, do the that, da da da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When I tell you that is the same format that I just used on Friday and made $348. And I only make them tell you about the $48. The $48 I made off of Facebook. My niece saw me post the two that I had did. I'm like, Unc, I need that. Pull it up on right there. $48. She's like, what is it? I told her $48, which means I need to get back to the script of what he said. No obligation. Pay me what you feel the detail is worth. And I'm going to say this. The first 2 cars I did was past 30 minutes. I'm going to have to get it into my brain. It needs to be 30 minutes. Because if I go an hour, you got to pay for that time. Yeah. You got to pay for that time. Yeah. That means I did more than just the inside and the outside. I did way more. So that means now there's going to have to be, it's got to be more than $48. Let me just say that.
And the no obligation. Remember, you said that you had a demographic you were working in. Only these demographics. But I see you out here doing mobile fees, but it's okay. Do you, boo? Okay. So don't.
I only did. Listen, I'm telling you, everything this man has told me, bro, I done downloaded it in my brain. If I'm coming from New Tampa to Ruskin, it's $20. Yeah. It's $20. $20. I said $20. I took $5 off. I said $20.
Go 25.
So, go 25 because 25. Listen. Yes. And I did a video on my page that shows my van. Yeah. It shows the 200-gallon tank. Yeah. It shows everything that I'm doing for y'all. Yes. I'm doing it for y'all. I feel like $25 ain't that much for me to come from over there all the way over there. Here. Yeah, and I got this big old gas guzzler too.
And then you got to drive back.
And then I got to drive back.
Come on.
So yeah, I feel like $25 is not not feasible.
But let's go back to just the coaching before you started adding your own mobile. Okay, because I do the mobile because I travel all of Hillsborough County, right? So his demographic was, the Land O'Lakes, Wesley Chapel, New Tampa. What's that other one? Those three. Yeah. So that demographic, right? Because I told him, the cousin is going to be in Land O'Lakes when you go and do a detail. But then they go, my cousin stay in Tampa, like regular downtown Tampa, and they're going to try to get you to come out of that. I told him for now, say no. You only service this. You want your cousin's vehicle done, have them to come here, and I'm in this area on this day of the week. Now, when you do the no obligation, you're going to start doing that so much to where people are going to start telling you what they want to pay you. Meaning, if you get 10 people out of 50 to pay you 100, but then the other ones paid you by $50, you know your sweet spot is about $75.
Exactly.
And now you have everybody giving you $75 every 30 minutes. But right now, your skill level is going to increase because if a person say, I don't want to pay, I'm not going to pay you anything. Now you can ask them why. And when you ask them why, Oh, you didn't do up under the seats. Oh, you didn't vacuum the cracks. Oh, you didn't do this. And now on our next customer, we get that. And that person may still be just broke, but in the area that you chose, it's unlikely that they're broke because it's your demographic, right? But now your mind is no obligation. So when you say 150, you don't get the no's. You get the yes, and then they're paying you to learn the detail.
Right.
Even if they paid you $10, but this guy paid you your second day of detailing, bro, on your own company, $348.
Absolutely.
That did something to your mind.
Yes.
Now you're going to keep that same quality and build on top of it.
Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? That's why I wanted you to do it. No obligation, because now I get your feet wet. They're paying you to learn. Like I told you, you're paying me to learn, to be a better coach.
Absolutely.
That's what I told you. And that's when you found out you're my first person to pay me that tier pricing.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Because you're the first person that I actually prayed for that morning. And it was like, this is what I need, that guy. And you happen to call. So that tells me, continue to pray, continue to fast, continue to do the things. Because I was fasting the day before. No, that was fasting on the day we talked. The day of.
Yeah.
We was fasting that day. And we talked that morning. I created a tier and I presented it to you. Say, I'm ready right now. And I went over there to you.
Yes, sir.
And when we went to talking, he's like, I want to do this right now in a hurry.
Yes,
because guess what, Joe? Because we was talking more than just detailing.
Right.
It was so much stuff we was talking about. And this man was so excited. I say, all right, tomorrow we're going to meet up. Yes. We're going to work on the van because that was added. Yes. And a lot of stuff kept getting added as I'm looking. I said, this is why the guy quit who sold you the van.
Yes.
And you're looking at me like, what do you mean? I said, you see what that pressure? He was killing himself. He was,
right.
If this is how he had the van set up, he was killing himself. He couldn't focus on detail. It was all out of whack.
Right.
So the next day we're going to meet up to work on his van, to do chemicals, put walls up and do all this stuff.
Tore that van up.
Oh my God. There. But that particular day, he was so excited. And this is what did it for me. This is where you brought the encouragement to me. When you said, I want to pay you now.
Right now.
But this is what you said. You say, hey, you called me. I missed your call because I was waiting on my homeboy to come pick me up because I drove my car somewhere else, whatever. And you say you got 15 minutes. I was like, depends what you need 15 minutes for. Because I thought we were going to get back into the coaching. You got questions. I'm like, we'll just talk tomorrow. He said, no, I want to pay you now because I want to make sure that tomorrow we meet up. And bro, when I told you that did something to me,
wow.
I'm like, me? Like the things I've been struggling with for 17 years, me? Wow. And then I'm like, oh. And then I was like, okay, God, I got you. So now I'm working on that mentorship program. Yes. I done made the thumbnail. I done made the landing page to do my monthly subscription for everybody to just come in.
Let's go.
Because that little piece of paper I gave you that you made $348 from,
yes, sir.
I could sell it as a $9 PDF. But why don't I just give it into the group of people who coming in and just keep giving them and whatever window cleaner you need, and just talk.
Wow.
Because I love talking.
Yes.
And then those who need me to do what you got me doing, that's when they move up to that tier. I'll meet them wherever they at, or they want a one-on-one call. We step outside of that group and do a one-on-one call.
Yes, sir. That works.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. And
then eventually, those who are in line, my customers would agree with who I agree with as their new detailer.
Exactly.
That's where I'm at.
I'm loving it.
I'm 17 years out there.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So
yes,
with that being said, I am just very excited for you, man.
I'm excited for myself as well. Because I know this is definitely something that I value. Like y'all don't know. Tomorrow, I got 2 appointments. I got one out here. I'm waiting for them to confirm it, but it's supposed to be one out here in Ruskin. And then I have my other niece's car to do. But what I like the fact of what it's doing with me is giving me experience. I can get out here and really experience doing cars, talking to strangers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I did hit a snag in my area. Everybody wanted a car.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted a car. I'm like, I'm working up to get in the car, but a couple people did take my number. Hey, you just never know. I'm still going by word of mouth. I'm still saying, hey, I'm still doing no obligation, the no obligation detail. So with that being said, man, like this is something that I am going to, I don't want to use the word hustle, but I'm going to do this on a consistent basis because of everything that is invested in it. I'm going to see that 2 times over. I know I'm going to see it back. So I'm not worried about that, man. So I just want to say I greatly appreciate Mr. Joe himself taking me on as a mentor. Taking me on as a mentor and a mentee and giving me the wealth of knowledge that he's given me because I can do it by myself. even though he told me don't lock this in as a job.
Yeah.
I'm really just starting the foundation of this. I'm going to be eventually looking for somebody to pass this out to, but I want to get a certain level of clientele to where they have something to do, because I ain't trying to come out of my pocket. Can I come out of my pocket to pay a person? Yes, absolutely. But no, this needs to come strictly from the business. Like the first $40 that I made, it's in a shoebox. I'm not touching that. I took a picture of it. That money ain't going. That's not going into the bank. That's going to be something I'm going to put on the wall. This is my first $48. My first $40 from doing the detail. But now the 348, oh, it's going to the credit union. So with that being said, man, I'm excited myself, man. You know, because I see the $25 car washes. I see the $35. I see the, you know, all the different stuff that I see. But to know that my hands produced $150 on one car, and it was my first time. Like, this has to be the lane that God called me into. So while I'm in this lane, I am going to use like the thing that's in the book of Matthew, about the book of talents. Now I have this talent. This is not just going in the ground. No, this is getting ready to be spreaded so that it could turn 10 into 20, 20 into 50, 50 into 100. And I just thank Joe. I thank him, man, for this opportunity. I really do.
And I thank you for opening my eyes, but this is something that I've been doing. I didn't think people were doing what I was doing. So I would rather cut my learning curve than to keep bumping my head. I
was going to say that too. Because you got 17 years. Now people go out here and just start businesses and have no direction. I have direction. I have leadership. And I'm going to tell you one thing I told Joe that I appreciate about him, man. I appreciate him when I was messing up. He did not coddle me. He did not baby me. This man did not care about me. Breathe through your nose. Keep going. Watch this side too.
Oh my God.
He did not coddle me. I told him that I appreciate you, bro, because sometimes, man, some of us, we need that sternness, bro. We need that kick in the butt. And that's who Joe is. And I'm telling you, man, like our personalities, they don't mesh. I ain't looking at him like he crazy. And no, man, I am, if you want to use the word submitted, I'm submitted to this process. And I'm ready to get what I'm supposed to get from this process, man. I just want to say that last part.
And that's how you get everything out of me.
Absolutely.
The moment that's like when, like my wife, when she submitted to my authority, meaning I had to first get my work together so she could have something to submit to, right? Because I'm not just in the streets, right?
Absolutely.
But the moment she submitted to the process and she sold out, my decisions are better because it's not just about me anymore.
It's about us.
It's about us, right? And I put her in mind. So with that being said, when you started literally doing all the things that I had, it forced me, even when it's not on the list, you forced me to give it because it's just like, no, this is something I missed. So maybe a better coach. But at the end of the day, I'm supposed to give you just what's on that checklist, nothing more, nothing less. But because of you being the person that you are, I'm like, okay, let me just give it. Let me get it.
Right.
Like right now, so much so you want to know where I got the shoes from.
Yes.
I end up giving you my app that I usually use. And I'm like, I don't like giving that out because I don't like people wearing the same thing I wear.
Exactly. Yeah.
You understand?
I'm like that too.
And I passed you on the app after I put that description on.
Absolutely.
That means don't share this, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the point is, because of the way you move, I'm like, nah, bro, it's in the right hands. Let me give it to you. So I'm willing to give.
Absolutely.
So I want to go back to, because I'm not the only person that you invested in to better yourself, to cut the learning curve. So you've paid some money for fitness and everything else, right? But I'm not going to talk about the fitness, right? Because this is about coaching.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. But the point is, would somebody invest $100,000 in themselves if they knew they would earn $1 million? There are some people spending $400,000 and $500,000 over their lifetime and never earning $200,000 at one time.
Right.
But to invest 5 figures into something and actually cut your learning curve to earn that $500,000 in the first year, second year, third, whatever time you land on it. But the point is to invest in it. A lot of people are spending their money on buying items to feel like they've made it, buying trips to feel like they need to get away from the stress, buying alcohol and weed versus taking that money, because weed ain't nothing but a sign to say I'm stressed.
Right.
That's what
we use it for.
That's what we use it for, to suppress all of that, the liquor, the club, all of that. If you, I'm gonna look at you in the camera. The reason why you go out, drink, smoke, do drugs and anything else, and abuse your spouse and do all this hoorah, hoorah, is because that's like a check engine. That's stress, right? But when you find your life's purpose, you don't have time to stress. Because my life purpose tells me, oh, I fail here, but I still can do this.
Exactly.
It gives you something to do towards your goal. And when I'm done with that goal, I know I got a mentee at 5 figures. You understand what I'm saying? This is what I want to do. So the morning that I was like, okay, God, I'm scrambling. If I'd have got on the drug, I would have felt like I was, okay, cool. I'm not bad. I'm not worse off.
Oh, man.
But I didn't do the mentorship.
Right.
I'm stuck in that,
stuck right there.
whatever that is. But I skipped over the drugs. Not saying that I have drugs, but I skipped over the thought of that and created the process. It's a little difficult to sit down and write these things.
Wrote the vision and made it plain.
There you go. But the point is, I like to tell people, get the mentorship, cut your learning curve. You're going to spend the money regardless somewhere else.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Use the money to invest in yourself.
All facts.
I can go buy restaurant stuff, or I could go buy groceries, and then it teaches me how to cook and how to clean up after myself and how to have a home, because now when all that is said and done, I still know how to be a homemaker.
Exactly.
That's the investment of a thing. But they say, oh, it's too much cleaning up to do. It's too much cooking, too much ingredients. I don't know how to. Why don't you get a mentor as a cook?
There you go.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's it.
If it's worth it, you have healthy meals and now your body's healthy.
But that takes,
Go ahead.
But that takes you, like I said earlier in video, that takes you wanting to lose who you are in order to gain that knowledge. You know what I mean? You can have a person like him, 17 years worth of knowledge, but I could be a person that's bullheaded. I could be a person that's lazy. I could be a person that's complacent. I could be a person that don't have no drive in life. You know, so all of that, you know, it matters. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm praying now for you that you don't just get somebody who has the money. But that you get the person that has the hunger for what it is that you are able to offer them. That you get a person that has the drive, that the ambition, you know, integrity. You know what I'm saying? To want you to be taken on as a coach so that you can mentor them. I'm praying that this does not become hard for you.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? But that the person gives you what the value is of the tier. But not only that, they come in with a heart ready. You know what I'm saying? They're not coming no think I'm better than you type stuff, but pride, you ain't got to deal with all of that. You know, that's what I'm hoping that you get, because that's what you got here. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if I'm the first one, then you have to know that the next ones to come, they're gonna be better than me, Joe.
Okay, I receive it.
They're gonna be better than me. You're not gonna have to sit here and toil and interpret. No, you ain't gotta do that. And sometimes, Joe, they may have the money, but one thing that I'm learning, your discernment will tell you who is for you and who's not. Because if I was not for Joe, I'm just gonna be honest. Since I've been in relationship with this man, if I was not for him, Joe is not afraid to say no. So I'm telling you now, man, just bro, you might get somebody. Man, I got 50,000 right now. No, just it don't. It's not. It does not agree with my spirit. And that's we have to get to that place, man, where we are discerning what is for us in the season that we're in. Because remember, I told you, I was sitting at home. What can I do?
Because you got another business.
Because I got my truck business going. But I said, I have this particular amount of money. What can I do? And I just happened to come across him. Man, listen. When it happens and you can't explain it, that's God. That's God. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
That's God.
That's it.
And I like it. The very first thing that I do before I start coaching anybody, let's get on the call. Because I need to know what you need. If it's something that I don't specialize in, I'm not doing it.
Right.
I'm a coach to any entrepreneur, but it's the mindset of an entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
I don't care what you do as a business, because just like Bible, just like biblical, it's all principles.
All principles. Yes.
Gravity is on every business.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Absolutely.
So I'm willing to sit and talk. So the $50,000 person, I would still find a way to get the $50,000, but there's levels to it.
Absolutely.
You can't torment me.
Right.
Because after I receive that, I still have a family.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
And I need to be in my right mind.
Right.
So it dictates how much you get. Because right now, the way you move, you could have got my second tier. The way you move, you could have received my second tier, which is conversation, PDF, Run with it.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna give y'all a secret. I didn't look at the tears. I'm just telling the truth.
Yeah.
I don't even know 1, 2, 3, 4. All I know is this is what I need. This is what we did.
Yeah.
This is what I look. Let me say something. Let me be very transparent with y'all. He looked at my van when I first brought it to him. This. I asked him straight up, what would it cost for us to get this done?
Yeah.
Once he gave me that number, it was over with. Because I knew by looking at his van, the way that it was set up, he don't even know I looked at all this stuff. I looked at his van, how it was set up, and I said, mine is not like that. Mm-hmm. And we literally went from the gutting everything out to everything to where it's at now. And I'm telling you, it is so functional that it's just like, without joke, let me be honest, I wouldn't have did it. I wouldn't have. I probably would have just let that van.
No, you would have just been crawling in and out to try it.
Trying to figure it out first. But then if I wouldn't have liked it, I would have just gave it.
But you'd have told yourself detailing is not working.
It's not for me.
Because you thought that's what detailing is.
Exactly. Right.
But all we did was clean it up.
Right.
And make it work for you.
Exactly. He made it work for me.
That wasn't for me.
That's what he's going to do for you.
Oh, you help you.
Oh, sorry.
Look, you need mentoring.
Man, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man.
Wow.
But yeah, man, that's what it's about, man. Just the hunger, because I always go back to a relationship, because the happiness of my home is what allows me to be happy out there, to be honest with you. So I work on the happiness in my home. Mm-hmm. My wife's happy, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? So when the homework that is needed to make the home happy, that's what I'm about.
Absolutely.
The fruit of happiness is there, but I'm more of the process.
Yes.
I may not like the process, but I heard that the outcome will be this if I do it.
Right.
Let me get to doing it.
Exactly.
Okay? Exactly. But guess what? The way you talk to your missus and the way I talk to my missus is not the same way.
Absolutely.
So when I talk to you, if I'm a counselor for marriage or whatever, I need to know how you and because if it takes y'all intimate sex type deal to bring, I will figure that out by listening.
Right.
Where somebody be like, oh, sex don't answer it. But for you, it could. It's depending on what y'all talk about when I listen.
Exactly.
That's how I am as a coach.
Yes, sir.
I want to listen to your need. You say you have this number. You say you have that number. This is what you have to invest. Guess what? This is what you need right here.
Right.
Because it starts with your confidence in the detailing first. Even though we're talking about big numbers, but you'll get there as soon as you get the confidence because you already know how to make money.
Yes.
That's not the problem.
Absolutely.
The problem is, can you do it in detail?
Can you do it in detail?
So now I listen to you.
Yes.
Let me take you down to the bare necessities. I listen to you. You say you worked in the call center. You started doing collection. Oh, you know how to talk to customers. Make it a door-to-door thing.
Yes.
And then when they ask you for a flyer, guess what? We don't know what the prices are right now. So we can't create a flyer. Right. Because we don't want to lock you in for quality because right now you're still learning. Exactly. If you said my prices are $100, you're going to be locked in trying to please everybody for $100 and you can't do that at the level you're starting at. Exactly. No obligation. So we don't have prices, right? So when they ask for a business card, let them know that we invested so much into the tools to bring out the quality. We haven't got around to doing the business cards yet. But if you're serious, take my number. Right. Those are the serious people. Absolutely. Because anybody can get a card and walk off with it. Sometimes that's just a way of people saying, I don't want your service, but this is how I can get out of it. Wow. Let me get your business card. Your business card don't make it no farther when they leave you. My God. It goes on the floorboard or on the trash. They ball it up and put it in their pocket and never see it again. Wow. So at the end of the day, that's not the important part. Absolutely. The important part is no obligation. You pay me what you deem I'm value. Right. Oh, I left that streak on the window. I understand. Let me fix that. Now how much you think is value? Right. Just fix it. Just fix it. Yeah. And now they can say, oh, this is usually about $100, $250 because my other guy charged me $300, but I'll pay you $200. Thank you. Just because it's $100 shorter. And you did that in 30 minutes. Yes. Here's other people doing it in 2 and 3 hours because they got a price tag of $200. Right. You see how that works? Expectations is different. It's all different. Absolutely. So that's why I show you to do it that way so you're not held in obligation. Exactly. No obligation. And I'm so glad it's working for you. Keep doing it until you now are so busy to where someone is giving you $500 and that's your standard. And now, yes, I'll get you on this day or whatever the case. No, I'll pay you $500 too. Okay, cool. I'll put you on in an hour. I'll be back. You start setting your standards as you got your Rolodex start. I go back old school. Your CRM, which is your information of customers, your whatever you want to call it. Right. Now these people are paying you because we taught how to put them on rotation.
Exactly.
If they pay you this much, put them on this term.
Right.
If they pay you this much, put them on that term.
Exactly.
We talked about all of that.
Yes.
And that's how you build, and now you have the clientele, and this is your business. But I don't want it to be your job. I created this as my job.
Right.
You don't want to do that.
Absolutely. I'm looking for employees.
I put the standards so high with my quality.
Yes.
I can't just find anybody to do it.
Absolutely. 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 I love the Joe stamp.
Matter of fact, I got a stamp over there.
I love the Joe stamp. I ain't gonna lie. I love the Joe stamp.
But yeah, man. So yeah, this has been very great, bro. I thank you for your yes. Like when I say I thank you, because it helps me and it helps other people to understand that there are people out there that are invested in themselves and see what the outcome is.
Absolutely.
So like I said, if you guys want to know about the tier, inbox me. My phone number, I can give it to you right now, which is area code 813-900-8936. I don't care where you at. You got that number, give me a call. We can talk about coaching, whether it's one-on-one, whether it's in person, depending on how you want to do this. I am here for you as a coach, okay? But Gloria Walker, where can people expect your goals? Let's go next year. This time is September 3rd, 14th, 15th?
Thank you, the 14th.
It's the 14th, September 14th, 2024. September 14th of 2026. Where will you be? Okay.
I'm definitely gonna have at least 3 vans by then. I will no longer be will be someone else that is doing the details. I'll be doing the scheduling. So I'll be just running the business on without somebody else actually performing the work.
And I believe you because you got a trucking business.
Absolutely. And that's what I do now.
and I'm so jealous because if I don't do the work, I don't eat. But I thank you for your yes, man. Definitely. Keep doing what you're doing. Let me see if I got some questions down here. I got Joshua. Joshua came in, man. I'm locked in. The standard is the standard always. Exactly. Me and Joe don't always agree, but you got to give it to him. Thank you, Joshua. Okay. I'm okay. Look, man, I'm okay with you not agreeing how I yell at you, but you better move out the way. The car is coming. You're in the street. Okay. Because that's always my bottom goal, is to make sure that somebody wins. Right. If it was easy, everybody would do it. And if you knew what I knew, you would already been doing it. Right. So if I'm going to be the coach, I'm going to say some things that's uncomfortable. Absolutely. If I say, get up at 5 a.m. and here I am doing all the things around it of why you're going to do the 5 a.m. Because I'm going to get my way regardless. Absolutely. That's just my mindset. I'm going to get, because if I see God saying that's what you need to do, you may not see it, but I'm going to use so many different scenarios on why you should get up at 5 o'clock. Absolutely. That's why we don't all the way get along, because I don't stop. Right. Especially if I see that it just takes a little bit more for you. But if I feel this is a wall, I'm moving on.
Absolutely.
I'm moving on. Absolutely. Especially if you're not paying me.
Not keyword, not paying.
Not paying. But there are some things, like right now, you can flip a 180 right now and go the opposite direction and don't listen to nothing I say. Guess what? Phone calls are going to be foreign for you. But when I text you, I'm going to leave you value so I can make my checklist and say, okay, I gave him this, I gave him this, I gave him, and
60 days.
All that stuff in between, because podcasting wasn't known that.
Right.
But because of the relationship, how it's going, man, get on this podcast, bro. People need to hear this.
Absolutely.
You understand?
I'm glad I was here today.
It's a vantage point. It's a man who believes in himself.
Absolutely.
Because you know you're going to get the money back.
I definitely know that.
People don't believe in themselves.
Wow.
That's why I build courage in people who don't believe in themselves, because I had to go through it.
Right.
I was scared, man. But I was so scared. But I had to go door to door because I didn't know no other stuff.
Exactly. You know nothing else.
Yeah.
Start somewhere.
Exactly. So, well, other than that, man, there's no way to close this out any better, man. The world should get this. I appreciate you, my love. Thank you so much. All right. Yeah. So that's basically it, man. Thank y'all for joining us for another episode of Entrepreneurial Exchange. This is William Kitchen with Rare Perfection. If people need to find you, what is your contact?
Rare Perfection, mobile detailing, with the clean, with you in mind always. Y'all can hit me on Facebook, William Kitchens. If you want to book a detail, 863-330-3866. That's the number to the business. We'll get you scheduled.
Yes.
See y'all soon.
And that's William Kitchens with an S on Facebook if you're looking for him. All right.
Absolutely.
I'm your host, Joe Charlton, Joe Clean, aka It's Time Auto Detailing, cleancarflorida.com. I love you guys. You guys be great. All right. Peace.
Peace.
What? Do what?
Your last line.
Oh God, Lord. Okay, I messed up. All right, thank you so much, sweetie. So I'm going to close this out like I always do. All right. It is better to be seen than to be viewed. And if you're gonna be alive, you might as well live. I love you guys. Peace. You got me in the zone, bro. I was all out.